Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the tier 10 British tank destroyer, the FV4005. Yes, the Hesh Lord itself. Now the FV4005, it's a TD that's got a big honking gun. It's got three types of rounds, and you see it down here. It's probably a different setup to what I would have run a long time ago, very previously. And now the 4005 is definitely a tank that is to do with a lot of ammo management. So it's got the AP round, which has over 300 pen, which is fantastic for 1100 odd damage, and it's a very useful round to have. It's got the Hesh round. I mean, previously you probably wouldn't have taken that many AP because the Hesh at 270 pen for the 1750 damage was just insane, and there was, you just load full Hesh for the memes. But then they nerfed the Hesh, and it's now 240 pen for 1450 damage. So now you're more likely to take the AP for those situations where you're guaranteed to pen. Oh, that shot. How did that miss? That's painful. Anyway, yeah, so you're more likely to take the AP for those situations where you have to pen, you have to do 100, like 900 damage and get the damage. Because as well as that, the Hesh being now 1450... doesn't splash for that much. You tend to hit the heavily armoured tanks and you'll do like 400 damage. As we're going to go for the AP round on that Type 5. Beautiful. That's where the AP rounds are helpful, right? Because if I was to go against that Type 5 with the Hesh rounds, I was probably going to do 400 damage. And it's not really a lot. And I took a lot of hits there, and it would have been not worth it. But yeah, so I take the 7 rounds of AP, the 9 Hesh, and 3 rounds of standard HE, which, yeah, we take 3 standard rounds of HE because since they buffed it a couple of weeks ago, it now has 1650 alpha on its standard HE, which means it splashes for more. So generally, because of the higher alpha, you're going to splash for a little bit more. So for those moments where you need to finish a tank off that's on low health, like that Type 5. You can save your higher pen Hesh. You don't have to chance bouncing with the AP. You can just load the HE and just splash them and finish them, as was just demonstrated by that lovely Type 5. So, yeah, the standard HE is actually fairly helpful to have now on the tanks. So that's why I carry it, because I can just splash people with it and finish them off. And I say, it tends to, in my experience of playing it, I can splash targets that I would hit with the standard, the premium Hesh, I should say. I can hit them with the premium Hesh and do like 400-500 damage, but then I load the standard HE and I'll do like 600-700 damage. It's just useful to have for that. So in terms of a crew that I run on this tank, I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, Trap Mechanic, and Rapid Aim. Run Rapid Aim, so I can basically get this turret to traverse just that little bit quicker, and then all the gun perks, because you want to make this gun as accurate as possible. Run and Gun, you could probably trade out for off-road driving, something like that, or Pain Tolerance, or something. Like Pain Tolerance, I like to take in this tank, I think, possibly, because this thing gets shot in the turret, it tends to lose its crew members a lot, because they seem to be sat in the turret for the most part. So it's just something to bear in mind. You could change out that setup. So in this game on Westfield, we have taken this little ridge line here, and we've just dealt out the shots. We've been throwing them out. We've done 4.1k damage, 269 assistance, and we're just trying to get more shots in. This Super Conqueror gives us his lower plate. We slap in the Hesh for 1200, 5.4k damage now, and it's time to move off this little perch that we had. It doesn't always work going to that little ridgeline in the FV4005, because like the first shot that we took at the Type 5, where we managed to deal 1100, we also took, well, what we've got now, so we took like 700 damage just doing that. So that does tend to happen a lot if you were to do that, but fortunately enough, we had enough of a presence over here where I am to be able to be distractions, so that I could just keep poking up, dishing out the damage, slapping out the rounds, not being focused, fired, and then taken out. So it worked out perfectly. We're up to 5.4k damage, and we're now getting in a position to be able to get shots at the guys over here. I was thinking of firing at that Oho, but it was like, he's just going to burn out before I get the chance. Then we spot this E100s out, and it's like, oh, hello. Load the Hesh, get it fully aimed in, slap it through the side of the turret, 15-20 damage, beautiful. And now we're just going to reload up. I'm thinking, right, I want to get in a position where I can possibly get to shoot this medium tank at K0 and then get the finish on that E100. But the E100 gets shut down, and it's like, okay, there's that 5100, right? He's now in render range. Hopefully, I'm just hoping he'll give me a chance to get a shot in. And we're just waiting, seeing if he'll loop over. Will he come over this ridgeline? We load the standard HE. We hit him, and we finish him off. And we finish the game with 7.1k damage, 269 assistance. The FV4005, the good old ship barn, it just is a beautiful thing sometimes when it works. Finish the game with the ace tanker, the high caliber. I'll say 7.1k damage, 269 assistance, 5 kills, 1608 base XP. Really nice game for the FV4005. In terms of equipment that I run on this tank, by the way, I run the rammer, the advanced reload, I think it is, the ammo swapper equipment, and optics. Rammer, because you want to make your DPM better, always. Optics, because you don't want to get out-spotted, especially in this thing that has 0 camo, and you will always be out-spotted. You'll always be spotted, I should say. You want to be able to spot for yourself. And the advanced ammo swapper, because for the reasons that you've seen in the previous game and this game, it's all about ammo management and what you can do with the ammo choices that you have. Because the Hesh is great for some situations, the AP is better for others, and the standard HE for finishing other tanks off is, again, better for the other situations. Ammo management, it's important. So, this is the second game, and we're on Sand River. And this time it's me, Turkey, and Jokers. Me and Jokers in the FV4005, Turkey's in the Death Star, and we're going to get up to some shenanigans on this map. So, this FV... I was about to call it by its designation, I can't remember it. The Valor. The Valor crosses across the open, gets slapped up. 1278 damage done there, which is beautiful. He made mistakes. He did not expect the FV4005 to pop up in this position. He's trying to get away. No, sir. No, there's no escaping. No escaping the FV4005. And we'd managed to two-shot that poor little Valor. 2,200 damage in the first minute and a half. He regrets his life choices. Simple to say, he regrets his life choices. So I've taken this little position on this ridgeline because I like this position. You can counter anyone that goes up north, and you do get good shots. We load the Hesh. Slap the Hesh straight through the side of that Super Conqueror's turret. He hadn't got a clue I was there. Big damages. We're less than 2 minutes in this game. We're already at 3.5k damage. This is a beautiful time. Beautiful, beautiful time. We've got these targets in front of us that Turkey's currently engaging. Jokers is behind trying to get shots at them. And I want to get over here and get some shots into these guys. So at the minute, I've actually got standard HE loaded. I actually think I've got AP in. And I'm going for the AP shell on that T57 Heavy. But unfortunately, I think at this point, I wasn't used to playing the 4005 with 3 standard HE. So I pressed A to load AP from my Hesh rounds, but instead I loaded the standard HE because there was an extra round there when normally it would only be 2. It is what it is. I still haven't realised, but we're going in on this M46 pattern, and thankfully we do have the standard HE rounds in, so we didn't waste it going for that minor splash on the M46. But he had a fun time. He got blacked by Jokers. Then Turkey comes along, finishes the T57 Heavy. That's this little flank cleared all in one go. That's just the power of the 183s. Beautiful. So now we're going to go up on this little ridgeline and try and see if we can get a shot into this Waffle Panzer IV. He gets slapped up. We slammed the AP round in there because I didn't want to fire Hesh at him because of the way he was side on. Sure, I can pen it, but the amount of times I've shot Waffle Panzer IVs in the side with Hesh and it's not penned them because it's just hit the tracks. Really annoying. So I made sure I got the AP round in, got the 1,000 damage, and then Turkey finished him off. Now we're up to 4.7k damage. And we're less than 3 minutes in, nearly. Or we're just over 3 minutes in, I should say. And there's these guys in the middle. The 3 of us have gone, oh, and they are Type 5 heavies. And it's like, hello, Mr. Type 5 Heavy. Here's my AP round. Joker slaps in his round. That guy's lost all of his health, but he does manage to get a snapshot into Joker's in return and took most of his health. Has left him on 3 HP in a dream. We're up to 5.8k damage. That poor Type 5 Heavy has absolutely no health anymore. That was brutal. He did not expect FV4005 to drive over and just destroy his poor day. But now we're loaded, and there's this other Type 5 Heavy, and it's like, well, hello, sir. Slap the AP round into him, finish him off. We're up to 6.7k damage now in less than 5 minutes. And we've got this Type 5 Heavy here, and I'm thinking, oh, he's going to try and angle for a shot on me now. I want to splash him to death, so I'm loading the standard HE. And then Turkey comes over, slaps him up, finishes him off. So now there's only 4 tanks left. There's that light tank over there. We're going to see if we can get a shot in to splash him to death. Unfortunately, I misjudged where he was going. He actually dropped into the little dip behind where I fired. I didn't expect that, but it is what it is. So we didn't quite get the shot at him, but the back chat finishes him off. Now there's this Gorilla that's going up north, and it's like, hello, Mr. Gorilla. I want your hit points, sir. So we load the Hesh rounds, and we're going to get up here on top of this ridge line to try and see if he's still there. Because I don't know if he's going to try and cross the A line or if he's still sat at A7. I'm hoping he's still sat at A7 and will give me a big juicy Hesh round to slap into him. So just so we crest this ridge line, we're going to see if he's there. He does actually pop out. We snap the shot. Unfortunately, don't pen, but we do 534 damage, which is still fine. He gets a big shot into us. Leaves us on 720 hit points, which means we're a one-shot for him now, unfortunately. But it is what it is. And we're just waiting for the reload. Turkey's now getting attacked by this E5, and it's like, okay, that's a problem. Jokers is waiting for this Gorilla to poke out, and he's like, well, I'm waiting for him. I've got him if he comes out, so I'm going to go help Turkey, who's fired at this E5 and taking most of his hit points. Jokers does finish the Gorilla. I come over and auto-aim the shot at the back of the E5, thinking I'm going to kill it no matter what. Misjudgment, because I didn't. I think I actually hit the floor and splashed him because of the gun elevation issues. He gets a shot into us, but the 279E finishes him off. Annoying moment, because now I don't have the hit points to take a shot from the remaining TD, which is, I think, another Waffle Panzer IV. We're up to 7.7k damage and 1200 assistance. It's not another Waffle Panzer IV, it's the STRV-103B. And we knew exactly where the STRV-103B is somewhere over in this corner. And I'm never going to spot him, and he's going to spot me. If I hadn't taken the shot from that E5, I could have been so much more aggressive than you're going to see me be here, and I probably would have had a bit more damage. But because I'm only on 335 hit points, he's going to kill me. So I've got to be careful now with what I'm doing. So I decide, you know what? I'm going to chance that he's not still sat in that corner. I'm going to chance that he's not there and that he's possibly tried to run away. So I'm going to take this extra route over here. If I get spotted, then I can tell them he's over probably towards the K1 area, you know, in that direction. If I don't get spotted and he is in this corner, then I can just go around this little cliff on the left and try and get some shots into him. But I'm staying safe from him if he is in that corner because, well, I'm low hit points. Like I say, I'm a one-shot for him. And lo and behold, he does get spotted. And it's like, oh, come on, I want to get this big juicy Hesh round into this bloke. So we're just going to try and race to get there. He gets bounced on by, I think, the 279E. Turkey's trying to get down there to be able to get there. I'm racing in. I'm like, come on, I want the damage. We're all racing each other here. Jokers gets a big shot in. We see the shot flying. Took most of his hit points. But we load the Hesh round. We don't even need to pen him now. We splash him, we finish him off, and we finish the game with 8.1k damage and 1200 assistance. We finish with the victory. Top, all three of us in there. A lot of damage between us. Almost 19.5k between the three of us, which is mad. Ace Tanker, the high caliber. 8.1k damage, 1200 assistance, 1778 base XP. The top three between us. A mad game for a three-man platoon of Hesh memers. It was a lot of fun to play. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
A great success!